Welcome to Catalyst Wrestling. I'm Steven James, and last week we were thrown the latest in a series of curveballs from Culpepper Legal as they've taken to representing Peter Avalon in his match against the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Homicide. Per Catalyst Wrestling's board of directors, the contract was valid due to a statute found during the establishment of the NWA in 1948, where all title matches were to ensure apples, mustache wax, and appropriate weights for each title division. Life was very different then, when you think about it, I guess. Moving on, that match will happen tonight in our main event. While one championship awaits us this week on Catalyst Wrestling, on July 16th, the Catalyst Wrestling Championship will be on the line as Darius Carter takes on Akira in the latter's first shot at the title since joining Catalyst. Carter's reign enters its 8th month, and he's already surpassed all but 2 of the 7 competitors to ever hold the title, including Homicide and AEW's Sonny Kiss's reigns combined. Akira, however, looks to end Carter's reign of terror. Once this match was announced, both competitors were determined to win the mental warfare game as their Twitter fingers were writing checks only one of them can cash on July 16th at Sabotage. Witness the event taping for Catalyst Wrestling Television live in Brooklyn and order your tickets now at catalystwrestling.com. But when we return, it will be a battle for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship as Homicide will defend against the man who is with our own Perry Sook, Pretty Peter Avalon.
I am here with the challenger for the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Peter Avalon. Now, Peter,
I'm no stranger to the NWA, and when I was at the NWA, it wasn't about looks. I know at AEW I'm this illustrious Lothario, beautiful man, all about my looks, but today, I am not. I'm taking it back to what I was in the NWA, in the original NWA. I was the biggest man in professional wrestling. I was beating likes of former NWA World's Heavyweight Champions like Tim Storm. I've beaten Colt Cabana. I've beaten champions. What makes you think I can't beat you, Homicide? What makes you think I can't come here to Brooklyn for the first time as professional Peter Avalon to reclaim my throne, to reclaim my time in the NWA? The last time they saw me was NWA 70, but the next time NWA sees me, they're going to see me as the Junior Heavyweight Champion. Homicide, I came to your hood to beat you, bud. Get ready. It's the biggest man in professional wrestling. PPA, all day.
there you go, Professional Peter here for the first time.
Experience the peak of New York nightlife at any of Sapphire's 3 locations in the heart of New York City. World-class food, world-class bartenders, and world-class entertainment and atmosphere, Sapphire New York will leave you wanting more. Find out on how you can have an elite experience at nysapphire.com. This show is brought to you by Downtown Sports, where sports come home. They've had guests that include Kenny Albert, Ian Eagle, Pat Creighton, Brian Hoke, and more. To hear the best sports, listen to Downtown Sports, where sports come home, on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Bullhorn, Podbay, and Listen Notes. Downtown Sports, where sports come home.
Of course, a New York legend.
It's Brendan Soko learning how to use a mic.
Is scheduled for one fall. Sponsored by the Rogus Brothers Productions and Super Secret Arts for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. In this corner, he is Pretty.
It's the NWA. PPA today, let's bring it back. Professional Peter Avalon.
Professional.
The challenger, the professional Peter Avalon.
The professional talking about how important.
And in this corner, he is your NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. He is New York Wrestling. He is the notorious Climax 187, this is Homicide! Now, gentlemen, you agree to be back for a good, clean contest. This is for one of the most prestigious titles in the game. Let's have it. Let's get it on.
That's what it's all about. You see our senior referee, Stephon Smith, holding the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship.
I don't care how professional Peter Avalon is. Homicide is not only a professional, he's a savage. This is going to be a tough, tough fight.
Now, both of these men have traveled the same roads in the same companies, AEW, NWA, Impact, but they've never come to blows before until now. This is one of the most high-profile matches we've ever had in Catalyst Wrestling, as both major companies having to sign off and approve this. So you know they got to be watching intently.
Absolutely, but you got to believe that the pressure is more on the professional. Homicide is no stranger to big fights. He's no stranger to championship battles.
He's got the champion's advantage, and he's a former Catalyst champion. This is his hometown.
Former Catalyst champion, former ROH champion, current NWA junior champion, Homicide, getting it on.
And not even just in his own right like that, but training people
Playing
like the Destroyer God, Ghost Shadow. This man's legacy in and out of the ring, the stuff of folk legend here, and trying to continue that dominance by holding on to his junior heavyweight championship as he sends Avalon up and over.
Homicide, a brawler, but also a student of the game. Walking into a Catalyst championship ring wearing the same title held by men like Dory Funk, men like Danny Hodge and Hiro Matsuda.
And Avalon, Avalon wanting to show a more serious edge here. Saying enough with the pretty, it's time to be a professional.
Yeah, the showboating might be a little much. It's a little early for that. There we go.
Mind games by Avalon, perhaps.
And there we go. Right up against the ropes. I'm actually liking what I'm seeing from professional Peter Avalon here. He's been on Homicide from the opening bell.
And now, Avalon looking to suplex. Blocked by Homicide. With the separation. Oh, and now taking down Homicide.
Experience the peak of New York nightlife at any of Sapphire's 3 locations in the heart of New York City. World-class food, world-class bartenders, and world-class entertainment and atmosphere, Sapphire New York will leave you wanting more. Find out on how you can have an elite experience at nysapphire.com.
If you're tired, just drinking in bars, loud, noisy, then sign up with us, Bar Rover. With Bar Rover, we can bring the bar to you. Specialized whiskey tastings designed to give you exactly what you're looking for, to learn about the spirits that you already love to drink. Let's bring the bar to you.
Homicide lives on the outside. As rough and tumble as it gets, and you see
there you
right
go.
there.
There you go.
I'm not saying that you were wrong, but you don't want Homicide to be counted out either. That championship title is only going to change hands in that ring.
True enough.
Bad all around right now for Avalon. As the former Catalyst champion and current NWA Junior Heavyweight champion. Attempting to beat Avalon from pillar to post here.
Rolling him back in because Homicide doesn't want to be counted out. He's that kind of guy.
Well, after winning the title, he vowed that he would defend this title inside of a Catalyst ring, and he is a man of his word. And now Avalon looking to win the championship too. And right back to it. Very impressed in the early goings with the professional. Peter Avalon here, showing just how important this title is, how much it means to both men.
I know the championship means a lot to Homicide. Homicide, in New York, people think of New York as not the wrestling territory, but Homicide grew up a fan of men like Manny Fernandez and Bruiser Brody. He was watching NWA. He was a fan of the NWA, and now he's an NWA champion.
Scooping up Avalon. Homicide tried for it, but smartly, those elbows smarting on the head of Homicide, and now a chop. Oh, but look at the face of Homicide. Unaffected. Oh, and Avalon realizes what he's done. A man born and bred into violence, into pain. It's going to take a lot more than that. All he's doing is pissing him off, and one thing you don't want to do is piss off the notorious 187.
But I'm not sure backing away is the smartest move either. He should have stayed on top of him.
Well, you want to end up on the other corner.
And now asking for it. Begging off his Avalon. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, but caught. Almost reflex there. Quick cover, 1, 2.
Peter Avalon walked in, and he has to think about which Homicide he's preparing for. Is he battling the man who went toe-to-toe with Bryan Danielson, or is he the man in the ring with the man who carries a fork like Abdullah the Butcher?
Both sides present from Homicide. You never know what you're going to get from the junior heavyweight champion. Oh, and another throwing hands, but countered.
Shot to the midsection really cut off whatever momentum Homicide was trying to get.
And Avalon in great shape here, but unable to get him up.
A low center of gravity by Homicide.
Oh, you love to see it. That's 2.
Numero tres.
And a third one to boot.
Whoa.
Took too long.
And now Avalon capitalizing. The side rush leg sweep cover, 2. And not quite.
That's the thing. The side of Homicide we've seen recently is the side that wants to please the fans. You see that? Asked for the thumbs up. Got caught with some.
Oh, that was the third suplex. I knew we were gonna get it.
And now Homicide, perhaps looking for that grab. Can he turn him over? And he's almost got him if he could step over, and he does.
There we go.
Locked into that Boston Crab. Look at all the weight on the lower back.
The center of the ring. Peter Avalon's got a long way to go for that rope.
And now transitioning into that STF. Does he have it? Still trying to lock it in. Oh, but manipulating that ankle too at the same time. And reaching the ropes is Avalon.
I was surprised Homicide let go.
You saw the instinct.
I can't tell you what that means.
A little bit of Rosetta Stone there. And now, went for the tornado DDT, but tossed off by Avalon.
Well scouted.
Avalon now, with the kitchen sink. Standing drop kick, beautifully done. Hook of the leg, 1, 2, new champ. No. Avalon. Referee Stephon Smith.
Avalon's impressing me. I normally think about him as one half of the wingmen with JD Drake. Seeing him here as a singles competitor, nobody watching his back, here for the junior championship. I'm very impressed with Peter Avalon's performance right now.
Stepping up to the plate. Taken down by Homicide. Switch, neckbreaker. Cover to retain his championship. 1, 2. Not quite.
Experience the peak of New York nightlife at any of Sapphire's 3 locations in the heart of New York City. World-class food, world-class bartenders, and world-class entertainment and atmosphere, Sapphire New York will leave you wanting more. Find out on how you can have an elite experience at nysapphire.com.
Documents. What are they? Who can really say? Documents have mystified mankind since the dawn of civilization. How can you navigate a frightening world filled with legalities and legalese? That's where the skilled legal documentarians of Culpeper Legal come in. Representation for your documentation. When it comes to documents of a legal nature, Culpeper Legal provides you the peace of mind you and your loved ones need.
Documentation, representation. Culpeper Legal.
Culpeper Legal is not a law firm.
This show is brought to you by Downtown Sports, where sports come home. They've had guests that include Kenny Albert, Ian Eagle, Pat Creighton, Brian Hoke, and more. To hear the best sports, listen to Downtown Sports, where sports come home, on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Bullhorn, Podbay, and Listen Notes. Downtown Sports, where sports come home.
You got something as big as the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line.
Now Homicide going back to that neck.
Going for the hangmans.
But gone with the step up. It's a great DDT. This is it. 1, 2. And for now, the championship's still secured.
That's the thing. You talked earlier about they've been in the same company over and over again. But if you've not been in the ring with somebody as tough as Homicide, you're in a situation.
And now Avalon stalking Homicide, telling him to get up. And the fans talking about his adult entertainment stash. Oh, missed. And now went for the call the third time.
It looked like both men had the same thing in mind. Homicide with the strength advantage takes over. Both men are still down though.
Well, the exhaustion starts to set in when you start hitting each other this much for this long.
Either man.
And that's just the veteran awareness of Homicide looking for the rope to pull himself up.
Neither man on their feet yet. Now stirring. Avalon to his feet first. Homicide not far behind.
Ooh.
Oh, what a gift right hand.
That'll loosen some teeth.
And a receipt.
Homicide put some stank on it.
Both men exchanging blows.
That doesn't pass the health guidelines.
Yeah, that's got to be some sort of COVID thing.
The commission's going to have to step in. Look at these warriors. This is what it's about for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Wow.
Both of these men still standing.
I think this is the kind of contest Homicide thrives in. And I'm not sure if it was smart for Peter Avalon to go into this.
Oh, and down to one knee is Avalon. And Homicide laughing.
Whoa, there it is, the box cutter. I'm surprised Avalon's on his feet. That has to be instinct or adrenaline.
And
box cutter off the second rope.
That's it. 1,
2, 3.
It's just like that.
Your winner and still NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, the notorious 187 Homicide!
And there he is, clutching one of the most prestigious championships in all of professional wrestling, the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship, defended in a Catalyst Wrestling ring. What an honor it is to see this.
It's history tonight.
Oh, and look at the love and respect that the Notorious 187 has for this wrestling business, for these fans here, and for that championship. What a night here in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Stephen James, Chris Vega, Brandon Liu, and your NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, the Notorious 187, Homicide.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn, New York. Who's from Queens? Who's from the BX? The Bronx? No? Miami? Mi gente, Brooklyn, thank you for coming supporting us. Thank you. It's a Sunday. Go home, smoke some trees, put the kids to bed. Kids stay home. I'm afraid it's gonna come after you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to Brooklyn for this show.